Hi there, it's Nina Nandagopal at almostpractical.com, and today I'm going to show you how to make this cute little garbage can or trash can planner sticker using a Cricut machine. I use a Cricut Joy, but you could use a Cricut Maker or a Cricut Explore Air as well. I like the Joy for this because I use the Smart permanent vinyl, and so that has a little bit more of a stiffer backing, and so you could actually print out sort of a sheet of stickers and keep them and use them as you need them, whereas the vinyl for the Maker and the Explore Air can be, especially if you're using a roll, can curl. So it doesn't matter though, you can use either one. And I'm going to walk you through. I use Cricut Design Space to make this, and I do have Cricut Access. Not sure if you need an Access subscription to grab this image or not. And I'll show you the modifications that I make and how I make them. It's really easy. So stick with me. So here we are in Cricut Design Space on my computer. And the first thing we're going to do is go into Images and find the trash can that I use. So what I do is I just type in trash can here, and there we go, a bunch of choices, but the one that I used in particular is this green one, and that is MEF9AA. So what I'm going to do is insert that into my canvas. The first thing that we'll do here is we're going to ungroup the layers that are here, because we don't need this beigey colored one, so I'm actually going to hide it as well. And that leaves me the green trash can. But the problem with the trash can the way it is right now is that the lid and the can don't touch. So if you were to print this out or cut this out as a sticker, you would have two pieces. You'd have a lid and then the can. So I like them to be one piece. They're a little easier to work with when you're sticking them in your planner. So the way I do that is I have to separate the lid from the can in the image, and I do that by slicing. So I loaded up just a circle image, a circle shape into my design space, and I'm going to just modify it so that it sort of fits the contour here of the can's lid. And that seems to work good. It covers all of the lid. So then I'm going to highlight both items and click slice. And what that does is that slices out all these weird pieces, but you'll see now that the lid and the can are separate. So I'm going to delete these pieces that I don't need, and I'm going to bring the lid to the can and slightly angle it so that it looks like it's open, but I'm going to connect the top and the bottom here on the edge, and maybe we'll have it a little bit more angled so that it looks open. And I do like that there's a good amount touching here because you don't want the sticker to rip as you pull it off the backing. So I just get that angle to be something that I like that. I think that looks good. So I'm going to highlight both of those and weld them together. So now I have a one-piece garbage can sticker. So the next thing that needs to be done is we need to shrink it down a little bit because this is massive. This is about 2 inches high. So we want to make it, the one that I had in my planner was about 3.35 inches high. So that was small, and you don't want to make it too small because there are some really fine cuts that need to be made here, and sometimes the machine will actually just make a mess of your material if the cuts are so fine and the design is too small. And I think part of it probably depends on how sharp your blade is. So my Joy is relatively new, so I think it handled it pretty well on my first run. But that's really tiny, and that is the size of the sticker that I used in my planner. So I'm just going to set that here, and now we're going to go make it. Whoops. And when you make it, when you put on your canvas, what I have it set up for my Cricut Joy. So I'm using Cricut Smart Vinyl Permanent without a mat. So that's what I have here. But if you have a Cricut Maker or an Explore Air 2, you'll obviously be using a mat and a different type of material. So we're going to say done. The weird thing about the Cricut Joy is that that first inch is really wasted material. The machine needs that space, I guess, to load the material in. So that kind of drives me crazy, actually. But I use kind of a used piece of vinyl so at the top, so I don't waste too much material. So when I switch over, you'll see that I am using a used piece of vinyl. So I had to place these garbage cans, I guess, strategically, so where I can use them. So they're going to be in the, I guess, the second bottom 2 inches of my bottom 1.5 inches or so of my place. Another thing that you will want to notice on this particular screen is that you can increase your project copies. So if you want 5 or 10, you can apply them. And actually, it looks like I could do a bunch here. So it looks like I can have about 10, or 10 in a row, so 20 altogether. And I need to move them, and unfortunately, they can only be moved one at a time, which is kind of annoying. But I can space them out. All right, so here I am at my Joy, and I'm a little bit of a cheapskate. I'm using vinyl that I've already cut off of. This is the permanent vinyl, and I am going to, you can see that it has the stiffer backing on the Joy permanent vinyl, so I'm going to feed this in. I'm going to have to run probably back over to my computer to hit go. Okay, so here we are with the finished vinyl with the trash cans cut out, and you can see here I made a few sample cuts at the beginning with some larger trash cans that were just too big. So if you want to use this as a sticker sheet, you can remove the outer vinyl and just leave the little trash cans on the sheet, which I think is a really cute idea. That way you have these for your planning anytime you need them, and it's not like you have to print one out or cut one out every single time you need a sticker. So I'm just going to carefully peel away the outside vinyl, and then I'll probably just cut this backing sheet and cut off all my mistakes and just keep the stickers that I want to keep. So there we go. And that we can throw out. And so here we have the little trash cans, and what you'll see here, there are these little lines inside each one that you can weed right out, and you can do these all at once, or you can do them as you need them. Probably easier just to sit down and do them all at once. And then there's also a little tiny handle, a little piece to weed right inside the handle. There's a small cut there. That one's a little harder to get out because it's so tiny. There you go. So that is the trash can stickers that you can make using Cricut vinyl on your Cricut Joy and have a nice hard backing to store your stickers on, or you could use your Maker or your Cricut Explore Air and use a piece of vinyl on a mat, and just the backing won't be as sturdy. So thank you for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on how to make trash can stickers, planner stickers on your Cricut.